Beavers. This is Gary from your Cindy podcast. I would say your because I think the show belongs to you guys because you guys listen. And, wish you guys would chime in more and say, hey, I'd like to see this on the show. But, you guys don't. That's fine. This intro is for you people and my hosts. I will not be there on the show you were about to listen to. You noticed we didn't have a show last week. It's because I mentioned before at the end of shows that let my mental health get in the way sometimes, and there's nothing I can really do about this. There's lots of going on in my life right now that I can't control, and as a 43-year-old red-blooded adult male, I get really frustrated, much like many of you do, and females too, and others get frustrated, and it makes you want to punch a wall. So again, I can't perform and make jokes for you people. And they were gonna do this last week, but they didn't want to go on without me, so they wanted to know how they're gonna go on without Gary doing some kind of sing-songy voice for you people, because for some reason I sing on the podcast. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If you think it's charming, that's fine. It's something I do to get to expel energy emotionally with other folks' words, because I can't write for nothing. But yeah, I figure why not bring in the show about football that's not really about football, because there's football elements to this movie you guys are about to watch and listen to about. But a lot of it's, about like the politics of football and, the horn dogs of football in the case of one movie. Fucking just getting in old made from different strokes and other things. Talking to you, Bert. Yeah, I respect that, my good sir. This will leave you on this episode of CB Podcast to where I'll sing you guys a couple bars of a song I enjoy that, I sound okay singing at karaoke. So, you guys know it. It's an oldie but a goodie, but I think it fits most of my nights at work and beyond. So here goes nothing. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Tonight I'll sing my songs again. I'll play the game and pretend. But all the words come back to me like shades in mediocrity, like emptiness and harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Cinema Beef Podcast, they're fucking awesome. Cinema Beef Podcast. My homies deep down inside, I love them every night. And most days, I don't know the rest of the words, but I do know the rest of the words. I just made up that end part for you guys and my co-hosts. And love to the Beavers. Enjoy the show. I'm sure Suzanne and X will knock it out of the park. Yeah. Like I know they can.
Talk to you soon.
Keep telling, hey, fuckers, you're capable.
Bye.
If I can't be there, two of you guys, roll on. By all means. But I'll be back next time. I don't know what we're doing next time. But I'll be back next time to hopefully be with you guys that have supported us over this past, I don't even know, decade or so, 11 years. I've lost count, people. It's been a long, long time for the show. Long, long therapeutic experience. But enough, away with the sadness. I introduce to you the latest edition of Cinebeef Podcast. Bye-bye now.
Welcome to the Cinema Beef Podcast. I am X, that is my name, and with me is my co-host, Suzanne. How you doing, Suze?
Oh, I am hanging in there. So grateful that I haven't killed anybody yet.
That is a fair assessment. You will, of course, notice that our normal host, Gary Hill, is not on this episode. And, look, I don't know what he told you. I don't know what kind of excuse he gave, but I will tell you what I know. I heard that Gary is currently touring the country in Whoopi, Whoopi Goldberg's part of Sister Act of the touring company. They're going around to theaters, medium markets, small markets. So it's him in a nun's habit, and the rest of the cast is made up completely of tarantulas, which makes the singing not so great, but it's sure fun to look at. That's what I've heard. What did you hear, Suze?
I hear that their website is amazing.
Yeah. There are lots of spiders crawling through the browsers. Yeah, man. So we're going to deal with tonight's show without Gary, but it's interesting because tonight we are looking at a couple of football movies. And what I actually know about American football, I could probably fit into a thimble. So my comments are going to be fun, I think. Are you a football fan, Suze?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Good. Maybe you can help me out with some of these things. Like, I don't know, the snap. Why is the guy so close to the other guy's junk?
Well, and when they snap the ball, it's got to go directly into the quarterback's hands. You can't, going from too far away. I mean, there are some people that specialize in a long snap, which means they can pretty much accurately throw it directly from a longer distance into the quarterback's hands. But that is the focal point of the start of the play.
Do you realize how funny the phrase long snap is to me? It just sounds like you're in the Little House on the Prairie and you're getting ready to do something and you're trying to take off those one-piece Mormon undergarments. Let's do something that I don't think we've done for a while. Have we done, like, beefing and complaining about things and what grinds our gears and or our beef? I haven't had my beef ground.
I think we need to.
I think we need to as well.
If you're slightly disgruntled, I am furious.
Yes.
So this will be fun. And why don't we start with your slight annoyance? Or your light disgruntlement.
Okay, I'm slightly disgruntled for a couple of reasons. Got COVID again a couple weeks back. That was no fun. I didn't like that. I'm kind of okay. Let's get serious about this. One of the greatest moral arguments that I've had with myself in my entire life is: do you separate the art from the artist, or do you connect them so blindly that if the artist disappoints you somehow, you stop engaging with their product or with their art? So this is in reference to two things. This is in reference to Emily Armstrong being the new vocalist for Linkin Park, which I think she's great, and people are upset because she is a Scientologist who allegedly supported the rapist Danny Masterson. Now, she came out and she apologized for that, and I'm not a fucking Grinch. I will accept someone's apology. Do you know what I mean? And it also doesn't hurt that new song kicks so much ass. It's just an incredible Linkin Park tune, and she sounds fantastic on it. So, am I supposed to not listen to that? Because, she allegedly believes that basically War of the Worlds was a true story, and maybe she has Battlefield Earth on 4K UHD. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I just want to listen to the music. Am I supposed to be mad at Dave Grohl because, he fucked around and found out and had a kid? We have to get to the point where we stop looking at celebrities and, I guess, especially rock stars as something beyond human. They're just people. They just have a real high visibility job. Like, I know Dave's like what, like a couple years older than I am, and now he's got a baby girl. I mean, bruv, I don't envy that at all. So good luck with all that and keeping your energy up to chase that kid around. But I can't be mad at someone for being a human and fucking up and making mistakes, especially when they do their best to jump out and get in front of it and tell people this is what I'm trying to do to make this work for me. Anyway, yeah, that's my mild disgruntlement.
Well, I kind of do the same thing. For me, it's like a case by case thing. It really has to depend on how much I like the body of work. Like I said, I didn't realize until after I really enjoyed the hell out of Jeepers Creepers that it was, I don't even want to say his name, who was the one who molested little boys in Clown House. So from that point forward, if I see his name attached to anything, I absolutely will not watch it. I will have zero to do with it because that just makes me fucking sick. But I know a lot of people are like, well, it's, it's just, you just take it for what it is. I'm like, I can't do that.
When's the last time you watched Rosemary's Baby?
Oh, I know about, well, see, once again, case by case basis.
There you go.
I like Robin Finsky. I love Rosemary's Baby. I love Repulsion. I love Ninth Gate. And it's like, he gets a pass because his wife was murdered,
Oh, is that what it is?
It's not. No, I mean, it's incorrect all around. It's a complete double standard. And I realize this, and I know I know it, but that doesn't upset me as much as like I said, I wouldn't even say the guy's name. It makes me sick.
Well, I'm not going to say his name either. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, but no, we'll not say that man's name. He needs no more publicity, especially not from, gooberheads like us.
Exactly.
So what did happen to you that makes you want to bitch?
Oh, God. Well...
I love it. Here we go.
Here we go. I'm just going to do this in sequential. We all know about my shoulder. Had surgery. Still, it's a slow recovery. I can move it a lot more than I did. But range of motion, we're still pretty damn low. But that's okay. It's working. I'm back to doing stuff. I went back to work. So I'm driving to PT a few weeks ago. And some moron flying down the road in a shitbox pickup with a bunch of loose trash rolling around in the bed. I look up, a giant piece of wallboard drops right on my car.
Oh, my God.
Cracks my windshield. Big giant dent in the roof of my car. Tons of dings and scratches on the hood. The trim is all screwed up. And I'm like, well, this is just fucking great. That's not what I said in the car. I wanted to turn around, go chase him down, and beat him to death on the steering wheel. But I'm like, no, I'm really not in a condition to do that right now. So I got to my doctor's office, which was only like 2 minutes away, called the police that couldn't really do anything, obviously could not do anything, called insurance, took it in the next day, got it in, it's in for repairs. But thank God for insurance. But now, because of this jackass, it's costing me $500. Thank God. And right now, everything is so expensive. Even though I'm back to work, thank God. Yeah, now I got to deal with the frickin' clowns that I have to deal with at work. And some of them just don't know how much they're pissing me off. Actually, you know what? Let's take that back. They found out how much they were pissing me off, and the fact that they can't just sit there all day long if they're not going to spend any money on drinks or gamble. So now and then, even today, I go to I pick up literally 7 damn things, and it's $75 freaking dollars. Like, how the hell are people supposed to live? If I've got 500, I've got to cough up. I swear to God, I'm going on the ramen noodle diet again. I might, if I can find something super cheap and on sale, throw that into the mix. I don't know. It may just be ramen noodles because everything is so fucking expensive. got to cough up the $500 plus, going to PT. That's like $20 every time I go. And, working, I used to make fairly decent tips on day shifts. I'm lucky some days if I walk out with $1 because of these two jackwagons that think that they can sit there all fucking day, which they found out that they can't.
You go home. You'll be here for an hour.
I literally said, don't you have somewhere else to go? Bill, is there a library? I'm like, yeah, you've got your phone. It's called the internet. Find one. Like I said, it's a business. You can't just sit there and not spend any money. I mean, if you want a Coke, believe me, I'm charging for that shit.
Heck yeah.
I don't like it. But it's just, I'm back to this freaking crazy shit at work. Thank God we have some employees that don't suck as bad as other employees have. So I guess that's good. But no, it's like back to these morons that think that they can just sit there. So yeah, that's been really seriously, that's been nipped in the bud. Yeah, hopefully my car will be back soon because they called when they talked to me today. It's like they have a backup in the paint shop because they lost their main paint prepper. So now my car is backed up for 4 or 5 days because of this, and I am having to ask people for rides. This is not something I like doing. All my friends, I've been pretty good. Whenever anybody's needed my help, I've always been there. They've always been there for me. But it's that whole thing of having to ask people to help me. I don't do that well.
I understand that completely. I don't do that well either. It's difficult.
It is. It's hard to ask for help, even though I need it. So, yeah, this is the boat I'm in. Thank God I have, alcohol. I have 2 good beers tonight, and one of them I'm drinking now, and I will have the Oktoberfest after this. Then it's Coors Light and PBR.
Fuck yes. I'm a Coors Light boy. Yes, I am.
Oh, that is my psychotic hatred of the week.
Well, all right then. That just seems like a fine bundle of bile. Just vitriol.
Hate.
Spit it out like Linda Blair.
Yep. All acidy.
Yeah, acidy and just green and just melts its way through the hull. Very, very, very good. So have you been watching anything lately? Have you had time to have like a recommendation or anything for us?
Oh, I did decide last night. It kept popping up. I'm like, I'm going to finally break down and watch it. I watched Smile last night.
Uh-huh.
And I will say this, for the most part, I did enjoy it. But it just reminded me a little bit of a movie called Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm.
That's the total vibe I got from it. The whole passing on the way it passed on. Yeah, it was Fallen. It was some good gore. I wouldn't say it didn't have like those creepy moments. They were so reliant on jump scare that they didn't really take the time to build up any real fear. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, once.
What did you think?
I thought, this is getting a sequel? That's odd. But here we are, so.
It's the Sinister Circle. The cat's out of the bag. Where are you going to go?
I don't know, man. I didn't hate it, but I'm not going to run back to it.
I'm not running back to it either.
It was cute, though. I mean, they gave away the best jump scare in the trailer, which, God, it pisses me off when they do that. But, the car door jump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good. Such a great visual. And, of course, they blew it in the preview. So, if you've seen that, you don't need to watch the rest of the film.
No, you really don't. They did the same thing with The Conjuring. And I love ghost stories. Give me a good ghost story. That's my favorite type of horror. I love ghosts. And they gave everything away in the trailer. You knew what was coming at the turn of every corner because of the trailer. They put scenes. Well, no, that was a different movie, but there were a few scenes that were even in the trailer for the Conjuring that weren't even in the movie. Like the hands clapping in her face that you saw the hands. Yeah, that was not in the movie. Or I'm having a Mandela moment, and it was there, and never mind. But yeah, I don't see any reason for a sequel. It's like Sinister. Why didn't you just leave Sinister alone? Sinister was a fun ass, creepy as hell standalone film. Cat's out of the bag. I don't understand how you can go back.
I didn't mind the sequel to that too much because I thought the last act was okay, but it really was just an excuse for like, here's more Super 8 families getting dead.
Yeah, exactly. So I've kind of, for me, it's just been like short stuff lately. I just back to work, I literally have the attention span of a gnat. And yeah, it's about the only thing I've actually sat down to watch lately.
Well, that's completely fair. I have 2 recommendations and 1 not momendation. Is that a word? It is now. As soon as you can, and I know it hits Shudder soon, sit your ass down and watch Oddity. What a fantastic movie. It's very straightforward, but it still throws curves left and right, and it's probably one of the best plotted movies that I've seen in a long time. And it all comes together at the end. It makes perfect sense. There's no real ambiguity to it. Great, great stuff. And on the opposite side of that, have I told y'all to watch Longlegs yet? Have you watched Longlegs yet?
I have not had a chance.
It's one of my favorite movies of the year. And it's not straightforward. It's very confusing and twisty, and it's incredible. Like, I didn't think that I would like it because of so much hype. Dude, it's a stone classic. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope. It's incredible. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot about this. If you're not like a horror person and you have Prime, you should watch Jackpot with Awkwafina and that invisible guy. It is so fun. It's just like this action movie, ridiculous, free-for-all comedy, and it's got enough pop culture weirdness that it kept me engaged. I watched it twice in 3 days. That's really good. But, and this is old school. I'm coming in late to this party. We finally watched Furiosa. It's not good. I didn't like it. I call it Furioso. So, to quote Immortan Joe in Fury Road, it's mediocre. I wanted more. I didn't get it. The sound mix is just god awful terrible. Anya Taylor-Joy doesn't have the aura to pull off such a badass character as our beloved Imperator Furiosa. And Chris Hemsworth is fun to watch. He's a bit of a hoot, but he didn't really have enough ambivalence to be the anti-hero that the movie needed. And, he was the one who thought he was right, even though he was wrong. But even so, he doesn't carry that off like I thought he should have. And there's other characters, and you can go to hell with Praetorian Jack and that shitball trio life at the end. It's just a huge, huge disappointment. So, there you go. That's what I've watched, and you're welcome. I do this for you people. You know this.
Oh God, I used to write a column called Netflix Roulette, and I would just go through. This was the early days of streaming Netflix, and just go through all the horror movies. I think I found like 3 that were not shitty. So I would just be writing about this, and I was tagged it with, I get to watch this, so you don't have to.
I pretty much did the same thing. I had a column called Prime in the Dustbin, where I could find all the lousy movies on Prime Video, and they've stopped taking a lot of that stuff, which makes me sad. Tubi has it now. Watch Tubi if you want hot garbage that cost $8 and a 6-pack to make. Tubi is your place. That's fantastic. I love it. Also,
I love that low budget shit.
Oh, dude, me too. And Prime Video used to be just full of it. It's just it's not there anymore. We're high class. We're making TV shows. I don't care. I want to watch a piece of garbage, and if you can't give that to me, I'll go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Amen, brother.
Also, we've had COVID in the last couple of weeks, and we are seriously behind on things. You want to help a brother out? Subscribe to our Kiss to Go Patreon. So it seems like a good time to throw it in there. It's $3 a month, bitch. For the cost of a bean of coffee per day, you can help us get back on our feet, and we will give you content eventually when we finally have time to record. Or don't. That's fine. You don't have to. Get bent. It's cool. Let's talk football, because we had to watch. We watched 2 movies from the 70s about American football.
BA wants me to adjust to sitting on the bench. Hell, I'll die on the bench. What's the sense of the team winning if I don't survive, huh?
You'll survive.
Really? You know what I do? I pull for the other team, so we'll get behind and BA will have to put me in. That's weird.
Drop it. There's a theme that runs through all this data, Phil. It's immaturity. Your immaturity. You lack seriousness.
BA, I'm sorry if my immaturity has offended you. Now, honestly, try to change. And when you do start me, I'll make you glad you did.
North Dallas 40.
If you were moving any slower, you'd be going backwards. Very funny, Elliot. Very funny.
Yeah, I'm a very funny guy.
That's it in
That's real devotion. You remind me of the magnificent missionaries of history.
They're shooting cows.
Hey, I know. It's not your type of thing. But I happen to be more of a philosopher. I like to mingle with the little people.
Nick Nolte and Mac Davis. North Dallas 40.
Hey, you girls ever try a quarterback sandwich?
Oh, Max, that's gross.
Not gross. That's gross.
Oh, they got the blood up now.
Oh, yeah. It's an old story, boy meets boy.
Well, I love happy endings.
The difference between good and great is that much.
I thought he came from all those funny little pills we took.
A bag of marijuana.
Maybe you ought to take some vitamins.
Oh, here's some extreme.
Mind if I do?
Little Comazine.
Well, I'm having chocolate pudding.
Breakfast for champions there.
Too damn much B12.
That's what comes from not concentrating. Now, that's concentration, Elliot.
Wait a minute, I'm just getting to the weird part.
The weird part? The weird part?
Yeah, it gets weird.
Paramount Pictures presents a Frank Yablans production. North Dallas 40. Wait till you see the weird part.
You have probably allegedly just heard the preview for North Dallas 40, which came out in 1979, a football film from director Ted Kotcheff. What else did Ted Kotcheff do? Like Suzanne said, he did First Blood, and he did, what was the other one?
Wake and Fright.
Wake and Fright, that Australian joint, which is so atmospheric and creepy. North Dallas 40 stars Nick Nolte as Philip Elliott, Mac Davis as charismatic quarterback Seth Maxwell, Charles Durning as Coach Johnson, John Matuszak is in here, Bo Svensson is in here, G.D. Spradlin, lots of B-movie favorites in North Dallas 40, which is about the fictional football team, what are they, North Dallas Bulls or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So North Dallas 40 is really sort of the dark side of football, which, again, is great because I don't know anything about this sport. I've been to one football game in my life. I was 6, and it was the Bengals playing at a stadium that no longer exists. So there you go. That's about as much as I know. That and Cootie's dad really likes college football, so when he's watching the Vols on Saturdays, I can hear him just Ric Flairing from the other room if the team does good, just whoa! That's how I know that the Vols are winning. I'm gonna throw this over.
That's what that car sounds like.
So I figured that.
Yeah, I lived in Knoxville for several years. You learned to bleed orange on Saturday.
That or avoid it.
It's a childhood thing for me. My grandfather taught me football, baseball, boxing, and how to pick the ponies.
Around here in Knoxville on Saturdays, we have learned not to go downtown, to avoid I-40 and I-640, and just to spend your time shopping at the Food City in Granger County.
Oh, yeah.
Because
one of my friends almost bled out after an accident because of traffic around Neyland.
That's just ridiculous.
Isn't that really messed up? It was so packed, so tight, the ambulance couldn't get through.
From what I've read, when Neyland Stadium is full, it is the 4th largest city in Tennessee, population-wise.
Oh, absolutely.
That's incredible. I'm going to throw this over to you, Suze. What do you think about North Dallas 40?
Well, this is like when I was still pretty young at the time when I really started watching and, paying a little bit more attention to football. And this movie for me, the realism rings so true for me. And even now, into the early 80s, they've definitely softened the game up. But this I think, is a very, very, very brutal look at what NFL football was in the 70s, 60s, 70s, maybe even into the 80s. And, it's like all the characters, all kind of ring true. You've got your, the quarterback always, kind of taking up for the offensive line because they protect him. And he pretty much would be, he'd have your back if it was going to benefit him. He was never anyone's real friend. And I think Mac Davis played that part so well. I loved, how the ownership acted. Well, all of your businesses make way more money than your football team, but no, we love our football team. That is the end-all, be-all for the family is how the football team does. And I don't know, I got to look up the name, but it was based on a novel by a guy who played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Peter Gent.
Yes. So there's a lot of realism and truth to it. And I'm sure I don't even think anything was all that exaggerated. And I just find that Phil's character is he just seems like he's maybe a little too intelligent to be doing what he's been doing. He wants to start. Of course, everybody wants to start. His body is so beat up, abused, broken, and even mentioning in the movie that, I can't sleep more than 2 hours because if everything hurts. And it makes you wonder if people that have chosen this as their career path, is this really worth it? And there's a scene where the coach was telling him, it's like, well, some people learn to enjoy sitting on the bench. And it just proved that if it doesn't matter how good you are, you're only as good as that play that you make. And sometimes that's not even enough. But I think it's a really great character study. And one of the other random faces in the locker room, and I swear to God, I could not find his damn name. But he played, HBO had a little short run series called First and 10, and the team was the California Bulls. And one of the guys that was in the locker room, one of the players, he was in that too. And I cannot find his damn name. But for me, like I said, this one is all about, centering on how these people interact with each other, how the family ran it. Dabney Coleman is once again in this is just a wonderful snide bastard, but you love him because he's Dabney Coleman, but he plays that kind of a part so well.
It's the mustache.
And it is. It's the damn mustache.
Somehow he has a trustable mustache.
Yeah, and he can like slide all over the place on the charm of that mustache.
He could get it.
But I like the character study, and that's a lot about what this movie is, the character study. And I just, you really hope against hope that he just says, screw it, and goes and has his horse ranch and stays away from football. And you kind of want the quarterback who pretty much gave it up just to save his own ass. So for me, that was the one scene where everything that I thought came to fruition. When he pretty much tells him, yeah, you told her, you knew. Of course he knew. He told to save his own ass.
Yeah.
And there's another scene that actually struck me, and like I said, I love football. Some football movies. Some are pretty terrible, which we'll get into. But when the starting wide receiver, pulled a hamstring, and he was like, I'm not putting drugs in my body. I don't want to take any chances of hurting myself any further. And finally gives in, and they shoot him up, goes in, and really, really, really fucks himself up. Is it worth it? This movie poses those kind of questions. And for me, the 70s eras of films are my favorite. There's something about the fact that during the 70s, at the start of the 70s, the Hays Code kind of got swept under the carpet. Films were allowed to be, more, I know what I'm trying to say, deal with more controversial matter. Drugs, sex, and all of that. And this one, like I said, it really, for me, truly lifted the veil of what went on in an NFL locker room. I truly enjoy the hell out of this movie. It's one every couple of years, right before football season. I have to revisit it just because it's just what I remember when I first started watching football with my grandfather. And seeing people just get the shit beat out of them and carted off the field. So that's kind of my assessment of North Dallas 40.
North Dallas 40 is dirty. It is filthy. It is druggy. It is deceptive-y, and I love it so much. This level of grittiness is really what I wanted from the Iron Claw. Like, if you know me, you know I'm a wrestling guy. That's my sport. No season, love it every week. And that's the kind of stuff that I wanted to see from 70s Texas wrestling. But we get the Iron Claw is just oh God, it's such a velvet glove sort of movie, and it irritates the piss out of me. But North Dallas 40 is great.
They went for the softness of Iron Claw instead of the actual brutality of it.
Yeah, why? Like, you had your chance to do something better than all the marbles, and you just screwed it up. Anyway, Nick Nolte's character in North Dallas 40 is pretty much how I think Nick Nolte was in real life back in the 70s. Just smoking and weeding and drinking and balling and just, have a good time all the time. That's my philosophy, Marty. But he's in pain for the entire movie, and he keeps trying to fill those... it's going to sound awful. He keeps trying to fill those hurting holes, giggity, with anything he can find, also giggity. Buddy, I identify with that. I never wanted Nick Nolte to be my soulmate, but I will be dipped in dip if he's not my soulmate in this movie. Also, as his love interest, nice to see Dale Haddon in this movie with her black hair and her pretty eyes. I, of course, know her best from the classic French art house film Spermula. And I don't think she ever showed up in America. You all right?
I had that caught me off guard. I had, let's be honest, no idea that even existed.
You got the internet.
Yep. I'm gonna have to go find that now.
Yeah, you can look that up. She never showed up in American cinema again, but that's the power. That's the power of Nick. It's a curious thing. Maybe more so than Nolte, like you were saying earlier, is Mac Davis as the quarterback. Seth Maxwell. Seth just gives no fucks, Poot. He's got a game to win, and it doesn't matter if it's cheaper to keep her. He's going to snort and shoot his way to the top. Now, Mac Davis back in the day was a famous country singer, but I always thought he was a much better actor. He may not be the star of the movie, but he's the solid spine of North Dallas 40. And there's cameos and supporting roles just out the yin-yang from people we love. Charles Durning, G.D. Spradlin, John Matuszak, Alan Autry, for crying out loud, who was Bubba in the TV series In the Heat of the Night. Bo Svensson is here. Why wasn't Bo Svensson in every movie ever made in the 70s? He should have been in Star Wars. It would have been great. There's this one scene.
I didn't even recognize him at first. Is Joe Bob did not, and how many times have I seen this damn movie and I know he's in it?
Exactly, right?
I got used to seeing him in B-horror movies.
Yeah, he's like in Nico Mastorakis movies and not this relatively large budgeted, serious football movie. It's crazy. There's a scene in the locker room before the North Dallas Bulls go out to face Chicago. And as far as I'm concerned, it is as intense as any scene from The Deer Hunter. It's men preparing for battle. Some are leaning on religion, some lean on drugs, some lean on each other. It's an astounding sequence. It's a showstopper for me. Like when I think about North Dallas 40, that's the sequence that I focus on. Everything else before and after just kind of gets swept away. That is the scene, and it's an amazing watch. The final betrayal in North Dallas 40 comes so far out of left field. It's kind of like, I don't know, like getting hamstrung on a golf course where your family's watching you play. There's so much resentment and reasons for hatred and sadness and disgust, but Nolte gets us through this entire movie as a solid, if not incredibly flawed, human being. His performance should have earned him an Oscar. It's that good.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I don't have football feelings. I've made that clear, but my God, do I love North Dallas 40. It clarifies that even when your heroes are human and they're doing the best they can to get by and they get along and to get over. And in that respect, North Dallas 40 affirms everyone's desire to be great, even if it rolls around in the muck and the pig shit to get there. Great, great movie.
Oh, when that one scene between Joe Bob and John Matuszak's character, when he's literally just patting him on the shoulder pads, you know, just come on, we got to get in there. And it's just that exchange between it is so incredibly intense. I mean, people might look at it as a throwaway, but for me, it's like just the sheer intensity and the build up, and as you said, preparing for battle.
And I think it says a lot too about male emotions and how men are expected to behave and process situations because they don't have any choice but to, I don't know, man up, which is kind of a lousy way to say it, but, you know, you tuck it in, you get out there, and you do it, and that is it. Your support system is situational, conditional, on how the team reacts and how the team plays. Oh, it's just, it's almost chilling. God, I love that sequence.
Oh, I know. It's there is, like I said, there's a quiet intensity to the whole locker room scene. It's the tension is so palpable when they're trying to get their heads in the game, and when the wide receiver decides that he wants to play and takes the shot. For me, that broke me. He was so steadfast against drugging himself up so he wouldn't, completely destroy his body. And for glory of game, coach telling him, we really need you out there. After seeing Nick Nolte get that shot in the knee, and he did it. That broke me. I put my head down. I've seen this movie so many times, but still, that is such one of the many intense moments in that sequence.
Agreed. Just incredible. So I guess this is how we do this now. If we were going to rate North Dallas 40 from, well, it's football, so I guess from 3 to 7. Is this a full touchdown or a field goal?
Oh God, it's a full touchdown. It hits everything in it. It doesn't soften the blow. It's not pretty. It's dirty. You almost need to go hit the locker room and take a shower after you watch it.
I'm in agreement with that. Full touchdown. Perhaps a sweep of a series. Just what a great movie. I cannot recommend it highly enough. The only reason I've only seen it a couple of times is because of my unfamiliarity with football. But once I sat down and watched it, a few days ago as a mature adult who's, let's be honest, we've been through some shit at this point in our lives. North Dallas 40 really resonates. And if you've not seen it, you really need to give that thing a watch and be prepared to be blown away on an emotional level. It's not just your good old boys playing ball sort of movie.
Mm-mm.
It's really good. We're going to take us a break, and we're going to come back and talk about another movie which I don't think we liked nearly as much.
And the Armadillos head for the locker room, trailing by only 3 touchdowns. We hope you stay with us for our halftime extravaganza as your Texas State Marching Band presents their tribute to gun racks and open beverage containers, which is only legal in Texas.
We've been experiencing a brief kerfuffle here. Apparently, it's a long message about changing necessary roughness to semi-tough. So I've seen semi-tough before, but I have a page full of notes on necessary roughness. So I'm going to do a little brief bit on necessary roughness. X has also watched it. He's going to give us a few of his thoughts as well. And then we're going to slide ever so gracefully into semi-tough. So, necessary roughness, 1991, NCAA sanctions, team pretty much gets the death penalty, everybody's out, and they bring in an aging quarterback who, blah, 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 eligibility, blah, blah, blah. Great cast, which is completely wasted on this piece of horseshit film. It is just, I'll be honest, with a cast like this, you've got Robert Loggia, you've got Hector Elizondo. I didn't even recognize Jason Bateman in this. Scott Bakula has acted himself into a corner. He's got no range. He's good at what he does, but this is where we sit. Sinbad was wasted. I could watch Hector Elizondo and Robert Loggia fold shirts and be happy because they're just two very great actors. I'm glad they didn't go. They went out the season, blah, blah, blah bullshit, because, hey, we all know that is never, ever going to happen. It's just generic to me. The two people that steal the show for me, and I know X is going to have a lot to say about this too, because is Larry David. This guy is the smarmiest fucker ever. He is just the perfect smug asshole. And the other one, even though I don't like him, Rob Schneider, who is the announcer for the play-by-play announcer for the team, he's a lot more laid back, but he's got some pretty humorous moments. Necessary Roughness is just an unnecessary watch, and that's my 2 cents.
Damn. Talk about damning with faint praise. I mean, look, I don't hate Necessary Roughness, but I don't like it.
It's generic as hell.
It is, because what you have to do to get any ounce of enjoyment out of Necessary Roughness is understand how sports movies generally work. Underdogs will not remain underdogs. Unlikely romances will pop up. The bad guy is usually a member of the head office or one of the brass. There's going to be a loophole in the rules that will benefit the ragtag group of misfits. And in most cases, the teams will improve and grab a big victory. And you get all of that in Necessary Roughness, and you can figure the whole thing out in the first 5-10 minutes. So what matters in a movie like... Yeah, I mean, at least by the end of the first act, if you're a little bit dense. You know, it might take you a good 20-25 minutes to be like, oh, shit. Wow, I didn't see that come. Oh, fuck you. Yes, you did. Jesus effing Christ. If you've seen any movie, you know how this is going to turn out. But again, the cast is great. Yeah, Scott Bakula he's Scott Bakula, and that's pretty much all he is. But in this movie, he's gruff enough. He gets to drop an F-bomb in front of the alumni, so it's fine. Robert Loggia is here, and he's got that voice. And Hector Elizondo is just calm and unruffled. But again, you were talking about Larry Miller, and I believe that...
Did I say Larry David?
I don't know. Did you say Larry David?
I thought I said Larry Miller, and I said Larry David. I have a feeling it. Well, we all know who I'm talking about.
Well, we're going to clarify that right now. Larry David is not a Necessary Roughness, but Larry Miller is. And I do believe that whenever we discuss Larry Miller from now on, we should just use the phrase National Treasure Larry Miller. Because that man is the king of bureaucratic, leather chair bound bad guys who follow the rules pedantically and to their own demise. He's amazing. I think you're right about Rob Schneider too. Young Rob Schneider with a big head full of black hair doing his best Bob Uecker. That was all right. I just love seeing Fred Dalton Thompson in anything. I'm a Tennessee boy. He's a Tennessee guy. And just to see him on screen without saying stack 'em, pack 'em, and rack 'em, love it. I just think Necessary Roughness is great for a person like me who has no fucks to give about football because it's vague. Like you said, it's generic. I mean, yeah, the players say stuff like, I don't know, Blue 42, whatever the fuck that means, but that's just lingo, you know? Necessary Roughness is good guys versus bad guys. There's an obligatory bar fight because, of course, there is. And it's just like bubbly fun. It's a movie that you can put on while you're, doing dishes or giving yourself an enema, and it's fine. It's just background noise. That's all it is. Necessary Roughness is background noise.
That was very good to see Fred Dalton Thompson. He's literally in the movie, you're right, about 3 minutes?
3 or 4 minutes, yeah. That's about it.
He's in there in the beginning, offering him the job. He's there at the end, firing Larry Miller. That's your Fred Dalton Thompson, folks, and he is amazing in everything he's in.
Absolutely. Absolutely agreed. He may be one of the only things that elevates Necessary Roughness up off of the AstroTurf.
And yes, I will make my correction. Yes, I think I said Larry David. I meant Larry Miller. I wrote down Larry Miller. For some reason, Larry David got stuck in my head, and that's really not a good place.
It's okay. At least you didn't say David Miller, because I don't know who that is.
My cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Was he in Necessary Roughness?
No.
Okay, well then we're cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me see. How do we slide gracefully into semi-tough? You have to imagine me putting on a ball gown and sensible shoes and waltzing across a wooden parquet floor into the waiting arms of Chris Christopherson.
This here's a movie about the second most important thing in the world, football. And also about the first most important thing. It's called Semi-Tough.
Oh, you don't come near me till you brush your teeth.
It stars Burt Reynolds as Billy Clyde Puckett, a running back who lives for just two things. One of them is football.
You don't give up, do you? Oh, you wouldn't like me to do.
Chris Christopherson is Shake Tiller, a wide receiver with great hands and beautiful moves. Jill Clayburgh is Barbara Jane Bookman. Her daddy owns the team, and she plays with him.
It don't look right, my daughter living with two of my players.
I'm not sleeping with him, Daddy.
Well, that's what I mean. Ain't normal.
Now, they're all playing together in Semi-Tough.
Okay, guys, I get 'em. You got me.
The story of two guys, a girl, and a football. And all the wonderful people they meet on the way to the Super Bowl.
TJ, you pull that girl back, you hear? We got a big game Sunday.
Their spiritual advisor.
Why can't we go to the bathroom if we have to?
Because you can't.
The men who inspire them.
Time was this country was pure. There was people you could look up to. Lombardi, MacArthur, J. Edgar Hoover.
And the women who admire them.
How could we have so much fun and not end up in bed together?
It's all about passes, but not the kind you throw. It's all about scoring, but not on the field.
Are you kinky?
Those ain't mine.
It's all about the world's greatest game, and it sure ain't football.
Leave on the underwear.
Semi-Tough, starring Burt Reynolds, Chris Christopherson, Jill Clayburgh, and Robert Preston as Big Ed.
Different jokes for different folks.
When you're semi-tough, it don't matter if you win or lose, just as long as you score.
Semi-Tough, 1977, also a football movie with, of course, the guy I just said his name, Chris Christopherson. Jesus Christ, why is that so difficult? It's like saying Kris Kringle was in this movie. It's just too many K's, too many F's. I don't know. Chris Christopherson's here. Jill Clayburgh is here. And, I don't know. She's better than this movie, that's for sure. Also directed by Michael Ritchie. Michael Ritchie did a lot of great stuff in the 70s. And in the 80s. I mean, bruv did the Golden Child, and he did the first Fletch movie, and just all Prime Cut. Just all kinds of great stuff that Michael Ritchie did, which makes this movie feel like sort of a, what am I looking for here? He's slumming. He is slumming in this movie, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how you go from a underrated comedy classic like The Survivors with Walter Matthau and Robin Williams, or The Bad News Bears, for crying out loud. Or even if you go back real far, you'll find out that he directed The Candidate. Oh my God, The Candidate with Robert Redford. What a fantastic movie.
Oh, he's totally slumming in this then.
Yeah.
Because those are all action heavy, and content heavy. This is not.
Meaning heavy. And this is terrible. Okay. Do you want to talk about this first, or do you want me to?
You go.
Okay.
I misread the text. I haven't watched it in 2-3 years.
It's okay. Semi-Tough is a mean-spirited bait and switch. This is not a football movie. It's a comparative religions movie. It's about self-improvement schemes and belief systems, which would have been fine if I hadn't been expecting a football movie. Instead, it's a standard 1970s Burt Reynolds comedy where he giggles and he mustaches, which is an action verb now, and he just burts all over everything, and we're supposed to think it's funny. It's not funny. It's cruel. There's some football, and the scenes involving the team are pretty funny. Ron Silver, as a non-English speaking place kicker, is really fun to watch, but that's not the main plot. Here's the main plot, and fuck him, it's a 47-year-old movie. If you ain't seen it by now, not my fucking fault. This movie is about Burt Reynolds pretending to be an adherent to his best friend, Chris Christopherson, to his spiritual alignment, so that he can steal Christopherson's fiancée, Jill Clayburgh. And they've both been friends with this woman since they were kids. So it's a romance, sort of, and it's cute, albeit demented, and it's just a really hard watch. I don't know how we're supposed to like Bert's character when he spends more than half of the movie betraying his good buddy. He's a scam artist and a jerk, and the feel-good ending is tacked on, and it doesn't feel good at all. It's a feel slimy and gross ending. It's a scrub your balls with Brillo in the shower ending. Now, this is, after all, the racial slurs that you expect from a 70s movie, including a scene where Reynolds makes fun of Mary Jo Catlett for being a, quote, big woman, end quote, before taking her back to his room for what I can only assume is a pity fuck. Now, first of all, don't you ever make fun of Mary Jo Catlett. That woman is a wonder. And secondly, don't treat women like garbage and then try to get them into your bed. That's lowbrow, that's shitty, and I do not respect that. Some of these self-help programs deserve a good lampooning. This movie makes fun of Est, if you remember that from the 70s, and the human potential movement and other self-actualization sects that were popular back then. You don't remember Est?
I remember Est.
Est was led by a guy named Werner Erhard. And his whole thing was you need to experience things in a natural and organic fashion. So he would charge people an exorbitant amount of money, herd them all into a hotel banquet room for a weekend, lock the doors, yell at them, call everyone in their assholes, and refuse to let them use the bathroom. I am not kidding. I wish I were. Yeah, it's like, you're a terrible person, you need to break down the terrible person that you are, and also, just go ahead and piss your pants. Go ahead. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, the 70s were such a weird friggin' time. But the issue for me is that Semi-Tough is not the vehicle for this sort of insightful, if you will, parody. You want a movie that did it right? You go look at Serial from 1979, the Nora Ephron movie that properly makes fun of the Orange County, California scene back in the day with hot tubs and wife swapping and New Age religions and Martin Mull, and what a fun movie that is. That's the correct setting for a parody like this. You don't use a football team, and definitely not one with Burt Reynolds. So Semi-Tough is not a rom-com, it's not a dramedy, and it sure as hell ain't a football movie. It's a mess is what it is. And don't even get me started on Jill Clayburgh's awful Texas accent. My God, it hurt my ears. Stay away from this movie. It wasn't good then. It ain't good now. It's just... No. Nope.
Okay, like I said, it's been a couple of years since I've seen this because I totally suck as a human, apparently.
Oh, no, I think you're sanctified for not watching this recently.
For me, this is why this movie is never stuck in my head, which is why, it's just one I would, oh, wow, I haven't seen this in a while. And I watch it, and I literally walk away from the movie with nothing. It leaves me feeling nothing. This whole, it's football light. It's not, it really has nothing to do with football. It has to do with friendship, and I swear to God, I would call the whole triangle between Chris Christopherson, Burt Reynolds, and Jill Clayburgh, were they a throuple? Was it a polyamorous relationship? Because I just found their dynamic weird.
It wasn't even that. It was platonic until Chris Christopherson popped the question to Jill Clayburgh, which left Burt Reynolds on the outs. So he was like, well, hell, I guess I need to lie my way into her pants.
Yeah. And that just out of, sportsmen trying to just, get in there, It's just, there's very little that ever to take away from this movie. It's, for me, after I watch it, I really, once again, it literally leaves my head the second it's over. There's no substance. There's no compelling character. It's just watered down bullshit. I remember, and once again, for me, it's the supporting characters that are. I do remember Ron Silver because I think he's the only character that actually stood out in the entire thing. But it's just not. It's empty. It's the only thing that I've ever come away from that movie. And I have tried to watch this movie several times. It is empty. It is devoid of any concept of heart. They're just terrible people trying to one-up each other. And it's lame. It's lame. It's just, it doesn't even deserve the title of generic, because generic has to resemble something. There's nothing here. It is empty. And that's all I can put together.
I wish I felt nothing after watching this, but Semi-Tough is like cotton candy that tastes like amoxicillin. There's nothing there. Yeah. It might make you feel better for a minute just because you get a giggle out of it. It might not. I didn't laugh the entire time. I was mad. I was mad the whole time I was watching. I was like, when will this fucking end? I have to piss like a horse, and this movie is not letting me do that because I have to watch this. Oh, I hated it. So I guess if we're going to go from a scale of 3 to 7, this is... What do they call it in football when you lose yards and you have to fall back?
Pretty much this is 3rd and 40 on your own 1.
Is that bad?
That's very, very, very bad.
It's like the first play of the game and you punt.
This is a safety for the other team.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. We don't like this movie. So there you go. I'm sure Gary likes it. I'm sure Gary has something wonderful to say about this that we didn't even think of. It's going to make me feel like garbage, and I'm going to be sad for the next 48 hours.
I really want to say I'm going to punish myself and watch this, but let's be honest.
Why?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
I encourage you not to. I mean, I will Venmo you $5 to never watch this movie again.
I will donate to your Patreon because you did watch it. But That's what I'm going to do tomorrow.
That's kind. That is sweet of you. Gosh, we talk about, I don't know, how we can help each other and charities and stuff like that. And this terrible thing happened. There's not really a support system for people who've had to watch Semi-Tough. Like the Red Cross doesn't care. They're not going to send you a blanket because you watched Burt Reynolds strap a urination device to his cock and put the reservoir in his sock or down his boot. You're not
my emotional support honey badger.
Yeah, I can't call, a mental health resource and be like, look, I'm having a really hard time. I just watched fucking Semi-Tough and I don't know what to do with myself. It's just not that important. But from a film lover's standpoint, that's an atrocity.
Usually I can find some, even there's a handful of movies that I really can find no good out of. And this, like I said, I haven't watched it for a few years, but it's not one of those movies, it left me feeling anything. It was over. It immediately went out of my mind. It meant nothing to me. It didn't have a message. It didn't have anything worthwhile in it for me.
So let's do this. Since we have dropped trowel and shat all over Semi-Tough, throwing this at you kind of, from left field. What is your favorite Burt Reynolds movie? You have to have one.
Oh, God, yes. There's two, but they're on completely different ends of the spectrum.
Good.
I grew up in love with Trans Ams because of Smokey and the Bandit. I love Smokey and the Bandit. It's just goofball off the wall. I laugh my ass off. I sing every song. When I get really irritated with people at the bar, I will start playing Eastbound and Down over and over and over until they leave.
If I play that song for Cootie, she gets mad at me. And she doesn't get mad at me often, but she's just like, God damn it. This is going to be stuck in my head for a year.
Well, you have that song with Cootie. I play Sister Christian. My husband wants to fucking kill me. He hates it with a passion.
Why? You're motoring.
What's your time for flight?
Exactly.
Come on. Finding Mr. Right. Come on. Oh, God, don't make me get going down that path.
Shh.
That'll get ugly.
You'll be all right tonight.
Oh, God, and the other one, even though it's like I said, it was so controversial, it was actually in the hidden section at my mom and pop video store, is Deliverance.
It's a great movie.
All anyone thinks of is one scene in that movie, but they're missing the entire movie. It's a survival story. It is brutalist. They're in a harsh environment, struggling to live. Once again, amazing cast. Mustacheless, Burt Reynolds doesn't have anything to hide under.
Well, except for that life vest.
Yeah. But this was back when he was young, and he filled out the life vest very well. But that movie it's beautiful in its brutality. It doesn't pull any punches. That's what I miss, once again, a movie from the 70s. The 70s, favorite era of filmmaking. That will always be my favorite era. What are yours?
Yeah, I have to agree with the 70s. The 70s I love ever so much because there was a rawness. It didn't feel as corporate as it does now. Yeah. But my favorite, my favorite Burt Reynolds movie is 1979? Is that when that came out? 78. Close enough. It's The End. Have you seen that?
Oh, with Dom DeLuise, yeah.
Yes. That is my favorite Burt Reynolds movie. It makes me laugh so hard, but it's so good. It's such a... like, it's got depth.
It's a satire on death.
It's got depth. It's got weight. And it has one of my favorite lines from any movie ever, where he takes all the pills with milk and then vomits, and he just says it looks like Walt Disney threw up. Holy gods, I've used that line so many times. It cracks me up so hard. But yeah, what a fantastic, that is, in my mind, that is the best Burt Reynolds movie that he ever made. Bless him. So.
Oh, God. Yeah, I have to admit, I have not thought of that movie in a long time. I remember watching it several times, and it's literally a parody on death. Mm-hmm. And once again, he always, for me, I like the way that he acted with Dom DeLuise. They had just this really great rapport with each other.
Even in garbage movies like the Cannonball Run, or was it Captain Midnight or whatever? What a piece of just stupid, but I don't know. The end, and yeah, Reynolds and DeLuise had a great relationship. They had a great working relationship, and I just love that movie, and no one talks about it. I haven't seen any, I don't know, deep dives into the end, giggity, but it's worth watching. It's worth seeing.
Oh, it definitely is. I honestly, until you said it, I haven't thought of it in a long time, and guess what? I'm going to be pulling up in the next couple of days.
I hope so. I think you'll still enjoy it.
I think I will. I watched it once again a couple of years ago. Actually, I think I watched it around the time Burt Reynolds died, because I went and just deep dove into all of his movies. And I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, God, I forgot how much I enjoyed this. And it just put a different spin on things. And, yeah, we're going to have to figure out a way to fucking work that into something. Everybody needs to see that.
I agree entirely. So, I don't know exactly how to end this show. So, let's do this. Do you have anything that you want to plug or talk about, or just, I don't know, just discuss?
I enjoyed this podcast very much. This is where you will find me. I am writing again, which is kind of scary.
No, it's not.
And I'm happy. It's helping.
It's awesome that you're writing again. It's awesome. I know, I do too, but it's awesome that you're writing again.
Oh, God, it's therapeutic right now. And I have so many new horror stories in my head, with apparently the pile of bad luck my life has been for the past 12 months.
You've got some, yeah, I was going to say, you've got a whole lot of material happening there, dear.
So I will pose the same question. What would you like to plug? What's on your mind? How do you want to
be remembered?
What's going on? Speaking of the end.
Please join.
Go ahead, Gary.
Please join the Patreon for Kiss to Go. We are still in the process of creating a new season. I've got some stuff I'm waiting on. I've got some stuff that I need to reconfigure and recreate, but it really is coming. I swear to the gods, the script is written. We just need to get time to... I just need a place to cook. So that's coming. Also, I write for Biff Bam Pop, which you can find on, of course, the internet, as opposed to, I don't know, like a fucking gas station wall beneath a condom machine. And it's film festival season, so you can check out reviews I have done for movies that I watched at Fantasia Fest. Fantastic Fest in Texas starts in a couple of weeks, and I will be covering a majority... Look, we're covering it virtually, so I'll watch whatever the hell they send me. It's not going to be, it's usually not awesome shit. Like, I don't know if I'll get to see Terrifier 3 no matter how badly I want to. But whatever they send me, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to write about it, and you can be one of the first on your block to hear about the awesome new horror movies coming your way. I don't know what else to say. So there. Listen to all of Gary's shows. Gary's on Legion. There's a Patreon that you can join for anything that Gary does. He's got an entire... Is it a plethora? Let's call it a plethora of shows under the Butcher Shop umbrella. Was it Last Night at Torchy's? Yeah, where he talks about Walter Hill movies. He guests as often as he can on other people's shows. He is ubiquitous. He is everywhere. He's like fucking Jesus. He's just everywhere. Not Jesus, Elvis. Well, maybe they're the same. They might be the same. My God.
That's the second time tonight I have choked on beer. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just went from Mojo Nixon to Calvinism. I don't know how that happened. Anyway. My name is X. Say goodnight, Suzanne.
Good night. This Cinema Beef has been brought to you by the word kerfuffle.
Yes, kerfuffle. And by the letter 7. That's not a letter. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Yep, it's late. We're out of here. See you, everybody. See you next time. I don't know what movies we're doing next because no one's told us, but maybe it'll be Necessary Roughness.
Next time.